All right, guys, welcome to the Media Hijacked podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris, Unholy Jesus.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Media Hijacked, episode 71. And today's main topic, we're going to be talking about 9/11, 20 years later.
20 years later.
Damn, that's a long time.
Long time. Did you think 20 years ago, back when we was wee little lads, that we'd be talking about this during a pandemic?
No.
Back then, I was like,
Not those two together.
Yeah, that's what you back then, I'd be like, what the fuck's a pandemic?
I would never thought that we would live through a pandemic.
Oh, no, we still there.
Real or fake?
Dun,
Something.
dun.
I mean, what if it's just been there? Just people just sick.
Oh, no, man.
They try to rebrand the flu. Never mind. I don't want to fight nobody.
All right, tonight, folks, we're talking about 9/11 20 years later.
Yeah, 9/11, 20 years later.
God damn it.
Before we get started, if you guys want to buy some official Media Hijack t-shirts, head over to the MediaHijack.com. Grab you an official t-shirt. Also, Reddit. We're trying to be a little more active on there.
We apologize. I need to drop some more memes. I haven't done one in months.
I was going to post something. I completely forgot. It was a wild photography video of somebody taking a picture of a volcano. And he said, look at this shooting star going directly in the volcano. I was like, that's a fucking UFO, man.
It was a UFO going into the volcano?
It's like a streak of light.
Going into the volcano.
And he was like, look at this shooting star. Like
that's home base. That's the mothership.
They going home. That's the door. That's the gateway.
They're going back down to the
meteor rock my ass photographer. Just trying to be all fucking normal. Look at that cute meteor rock. Oh, no, that's a spaceship.
Next stop, Hollow Earth. She's heading straight down there.
We're going in. We're going in the planet. What's the secret password?
That's some precise flying if it's going into a fucking...
Directly in the hole, man.
That shit's so good. They're good pilots, man.
It's a good meteorite. Meteor rock. Also, if you guys want to watch the replay for this show, hit up the YouTube channel. You guys can rate, comment, subscribe there. Also, iTunes people, give us that 5 stars. Also, rate, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Any improvements we got to do? What we got to do to make you guys happy?
For real. Tell us.
Yeah, they can't respond.
Show you my feet? Show you my feet? Will that help this? Will this help the show?
No, we're not going to go that extreme. We still got to keep some doors closed for the future. We can't give them everything.
We can't give them everything.
Yeah. We can't give them everything.
Right now, we give you guys our ASMR voices. And then after that, if you guys stick with us, you'll get the feet. I'll show you my feet.
You might get the feet.
I don't know if you want.
I might get my feet too. Like I got a lot of calluses on it.
I'll buy even a toe ring.
Oh,
there you go.
Shit!
For the middle toe.
Don't let it get stuck because they're gonna chop your feet off.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
I remember seeing some girl had a toe ring and then it got swollen.
And then
they killed her. Oh no!
I was like, damn, like a horse.
Nah, they did some magic. Shit. They did some magic on her, and then they removed the toe ring like a fucking magician.
We said magic.
Yeah, they did some magic on her.
It's called amputation. That was the magic.
All right, guys. So 9/11, main topic, the Pearl Harbor of our generation.
Yeah, pretty much.
That shit was lit. No cap.
I remember. Well, no, I remember hearing before people referencing like our generation as like the 9/11 generation because that's like the. I mean, before 9/11, what do we have? Y2K, which was like fucking obviously a bust. Which I wanted Y2K to happen because
it didn't happen.
Well, as far as general public knows,
you're talking about like would all the lights go out?
When all the lights go out and the computers got reset to 0, all that shit. I wanted to happen because I didn't want to go back to school, and then so I thought Y2K was gonna be bigger, but I mean, before 9/11 we had O.J. Simpson, but 9/11 was way bigger, and so some people refer to our generation as the 9/11 generation. Wasn't until recently I realized that holy shit, we are coming up on 20 years. And then I think back on it where I had a friend of mine, like a couple of years ago, was telling me that she had a daughter who was doing a school project. She had to write a paper about 9/11. And I'm like, holy shit, I remember that day like it was yesterday, what I was doing.
And you wrote the paper for the daughter?
Yes, and I did help her out with that, yes. I was like, okay. It felt good.
But yeah, Bush, he was at like an elementary school, like reading books to kids.
And then he froze the fuck up.
Like, where did you get that information? I was there.
I was there. I remember seeing it. But actually, no, I remember when the exact moment when I first found out about it. I was in social studies, and it was at the very end of the class, and then like this trash ass teacher, who needs to be locked the fuck up because he did some shit with females been seen in class.
What's his name?
Mr. Walls, and I ain't afraid to say it.
Oh, fat dude.
No, skinny guy.
Oh, he got glasses.
Black dude, bald, skinny.
I have no idea.
But anyways, he was a trash teacher, and one time when he thought the kids were gone out the classroom, I was in the back of the classroom putting shit in my book bag, and I looked up, and him and the student was talking to each other. This female student,
Right.
and he like grabbed her by the ass, like just squeezed it, and she started laughing.
Holy shit.
And I was like, oh, and he saw me, and then he started being nice to me after that. But
Wow.
I called you out, motherfucker. I'll say it right. I'll say it again. Hope they fired your ass for that too. And
This is like, being an innocent student looks up.
I'm like, fuck, hate this class. Packing my backpack. Oh shit, you grabbed her ass.
Did you just finger her? Mr. Wallace?
Like, damn, okay.
Damn. Then you walked out the class with like a fucking A average.
But ever since that moment, he started pressing me. Like he's always trying to give me detention and shit. This is whatever. Anyways,
I would have looked at him like this, like, do it. Give me the attention.
I will blow this shit up. There's all this info I just saw. But anyways,
Look at this. I got a smartphone. You guys don't have this yet. New technology.
I'm from the future. No, but so anyways, again, way off topic. So anyways, I was in Mr. Wall's class, social studies, and when the class ended, he's like, hey, there's a plane that hit the Twin Towers. That's all he said. And my first reaction was, what the fuck are the Twin Towers? Because I didn't know what it was. Like,
Me too.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I didn't know what it was. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was deciding if I was going to say that tonight on the show.
I didn't know what it was either.
I didn't want to feel fucking stupid.
See, when it happened, I was a freshman in high school. So I remember I was in a PE class.
Okay.
But the PE class happened to be in a classroom that day because of some shit. The gym was renovating. I don't know. I forgot what the reason was, but we were in class that day. And then they're like, hey, we're going to like open up the classroom and combine like history and PE because we were in like the vocational building where they had those classrooms where it was blocked off by like it was separated by like
The little outway,
the
the
divider?
walkways, yeah.
So they opened the divider and then they pulled the TV up. I'm like, oh shit, we gotta watch TV today. But I was sitting so far, right? Because the other class is all the way over there. The TV's so far away.
Combine two classes and shit.
Yeah, I was like, I can't see what's on the TV. This is bullshit. And then I looked,
What the
right?
fuck is going on?
I was like, what the fuck is that? A tornado?
Is that Woodstock?
Yeah,
99?
I was like,
what the fuck is going
I
on?
was like, man, I don't want to watch a fucking tornado. So then, I just started drawing and shit. I didn't know. I even left the class. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why the hell is everybody fucking sad? You guys good?
I actually have a story of a friend, right? He told me this like around. I never forget the story. When the day that 9/11 happened, I had a friend of mine who skipped school that day, right? And he went home and he was playing video games. Just in the living room, just playing video games. And then he had a car pull up to the house. It was his parents. And they're like, oh shit. And they like turned the video game and everything. Hid in their back, like hid in the closet, like downstairs, like in the living room or some shit they had. Hid in the closet.
Oh, they came home early.
They came home early.
Oh,
And they came home early because of 9/11.
yeah.
They all went home. Like I guess they like got work release early or some shit. So he hid in the
They need to
closet.
cry.
So he hid in the closet for like 6-7 hours because it happened that morning. So he had to hide and then sneak out when they all left and pretend he got home from school. But
Wow.
he spent his whole day in the closet.
Wow. It's like, don't breathe.
I was like, he would never forget a day as long as he lives. That shit is horrifying.
Yeah, my parents will whoop my ass too, man. I
Nah.
was so sneaky though. I remember stealing my mom's car,
Damn.
like at 3 a.m. So sneaky.
Jesus. I have never done that.
Yeah, I stole it a couple times so I can go painting and stuff. Cause I was so addicted.
Now imagine if you got caught and then with the car.
Hey, I was young and I was invincible.
You lucky as shit too.
I was jumping fences and everything. I'm like, man, who's a ninja? Me.
I gotta get in, get out, get back home by this time. Is that like Mission Impossible?
Like I was so sneaky, like leaving the house, tiptoe because you know that my mom's house is so old. Like you could hear every wood crack.
Yeah.
So I know every single wood that cracks.
Yeah, especially when you go up the steps.
Yeah.
You start learning it, yeah.
Yeah, I know the pattern. I was like, okay, I can't step on that one.
Not the third step, gotta go to the fourth one.
Yeah, divide by 12, and then I would be clear once I get to the carpet.
Once I get to the car, once you get the carpet, you should get good. But sometimes if you got that underneath the floor too, like underneath the carpet, that shit could be like too. So that shit could be messy.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Oh,
yeah,
anyways.
9/11.
Yeah. Anyway, so so that morning I remember too. Like after I left the classroom, I remember seeing like kids. Like as soon as I was walking out of the classroom, there was like kids running past. And they were like, "Oh man, we gotta get them fucking Muslim kids. Get them fucking Muslims."
Shit.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay." I still didn't know what was going on. It wasn't until I got to my second period, and that's when TV was out, and that's when I started learning everything. I was like, "Oh, okay." Still don't know what Twin Towers are. And okay, it's like, and I was watching the news. I'm like, okay, maybe it was an accident or something like that. And then the second plane hit, and I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? Mm-hmm. And that's when it got even worse. And then,
yeah, because they were saying like they were just throwing names out. Like I heard like Aladdin. And I was like, what the fuck, Aladdin got to do with this?
What the fuck? I heard Haji.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? But by the time like I got home, I'm like, oh, a plane hit the building, and it was on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Back then, I went along with they're the bad guys. As I got older, my narrative in my brain changed on that. But
everybody's like, let's go blow that country up.
Let's get them.
Where did we sign up? But then, the people in the background like, yes.
Let's go.
It's working.
They're falling for it. But the one I remember going home, seeing on TV, and the one thing that stuck out to me the most is like I remember seeing on the television a male and a female jumping out the World Trade Center holding hands. And that shit stuck in my brain. That was like the most horrifying thing I remember out of all the shit I've seen. That shit just stuck in my brain forever. It was crazy, man. And I remember for like, a week, there was like no television. It was just 9/11. No matter what you did. Like even on Cartoon Network was 9/11.
It was crazy because the mood, it did feel different.
Different, man.
Like the energy was all different. That's like the weird part. I was like, holy shit.
You can feel it, man.
You can feel something is wrong, man.
Especially like the spot where my parents' house is at. In the location that is at, they catch a lot of planes flying overhead going to Hartsfield, coming and going. But that day, quiet as shit, man.
Yeah, they grounded all the
planes that day. And I didn't even know that's what was going on. But I remember we was on the porch. My mom was like, it's so quiet out. Like, did he land on the planes? I'm like, and I'm looking at the sky like, it's nothing out there. Just quiet.
Did the bugs all went home too?
Like, shit, it's like, it was like a tornado coming. It's kind of quiet.
Did the crickets know that what happened? It was weird. It was a very weird day. Everything, it did feel weird.
That's like the days like where it's like the day that JFK was assassinated. Like everybody remembers where they're at when he died. Like my mom was 5 when it happened, and even she remembers that whole day.
She was in kindergarten.
Yeah, she's like a child. Just came home and saw her mother crying over JFK dying or whatever. And so that's how like 9/11 was for anybody that was around then. It's like who's of age to remember. Shit just stuck in your head. Like, where were you at? What were you doing? It was fucking chaos left and right. And then, what was it like? Maybe like a couple weeks later, it was like, oh, well, then we're heading off to Afghanistan. And then,
yeah. How old were you, Tenendo, when 9/11 hit you?
Yeah, man.
Or when it happened? My English so stupid. But I remember like Jeremy, he showed us like a clip of him on the news where he painted the memorial for 9/11 for like a
I remember you showed me or something. I remember seeing that.
Yeah, so he was on the news for painting the memorial for 9/11.
Okay.
I'm sure Tenendo knows about that because like they're like I guess buddies over there.
Yeah.
They had an Indian pack.
Okay.
I made that up, but
I was only gonna ask questions. I was like, all right. I was just letting her ride.
I don't even know if Tenendo's still in here, but yeah.
Who knows? Excuse me. But also like, all right, so now that happens, Afghanistan kicks off. And this is where the landscape of America is like just pretty much like within a 20-year time frame, America has drastically changed from what it was back then to this now. Even like I never flown, like the first time I actually flew on a plane was when I went to Vegas with you, like 2005.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was the first time I ever flew on a plane, ever.
Oh, yeah.
I
went to Vegas together.
Yeah, it's like way back, way back. That's before I even joined the military. This is way back.
How did that even happen?
I think it was Jeremy's
Like, we
idea.
planned it like
I think it was Jeremy's idea, and Jeremy. I think we had to give the money to.
We were on the same plane?
Yes.
Like I sat next to you?
I don't remember. I think I sat by myself, knowing my luck. 'Cause I usually if I'm like going with a group of people on a flight, I never sit next to the crew that I'm going with.
Man, we gotta plan another shit like
Yeah,
that.
we went to Vegas. We sent in Monte Carlo. Was it Monte Carlo? It might be. Oh no. Planet Hollywood. Oh, Aladdin. It's Aladdin Hollywood. Wait, what is it called now? What?
It used to be
Aladdin, and now
Aladdin,
it's Planet
and then it's
Planet Hollywood. Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, that's what.
But we were in the transition when they were going to Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, they was doing the construction. Yeah, see, now, yes.
remember now.
They're doing all construction and shit down there.
Yeah.
But so I don't know what the world was like before.
Wait, what grade were you, Tenendo? Because I was a freshman. I thought Tenendo was way older than us. He might have been in college when it happened.
No, he's at school. He would say college. It was college.
Yeah,
right?
he might have been in college when it happened.
I mean, I don't know.
I always thought he was like 10 years older than me.
Man.
I thought he was like 40 or something.
Yeah, I mean,
45, I don't know.
Man, it's not like old. But all right, so anyways, I do remember when I think I should do a goddamn table. I remember when goddamn, I lost track of what I was saying. So I don't remember what Tom was like before 9/11 when it comes to like going through security and shit like that. Because like I said, the first time I flew on the plane was 2005. So TSA was in full effect. Shit was strict. I lost count how many bottles of lotion or Fantas I've thrown away because either I had to finish it or get rid of it.
Yeah, same here. Like, I wasn't traveling before that, so I was already like in the norm of traveling.
Yeah.
With, like, you can't have like 3 ounces
Yeah.
of water or whatever.
I was like, oh, I'm used to it. But apparently for people who've flown before and then after that, there's a huge difference in how the airport conducted security.
Yeah. I can't imagine how more strict it is now with the COVID shit.
Man, so it's like 9/11 plus COVID type shit you're still looking for. And
Like, take your shoes off. Oh, yeah, you got your vaccine pass?
yeah, pretty much. Like, hey, Mr. Muslim man, come over here. You got a vaccine card? Like, what? Damn, you okay? You just grabbed him.
He's like, deet, deet. There's a bomb. Get tackled.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, the last time like I went to Vegas was for the last Evil, and I remember when we left Vegas, I completely forgot about all the rules. I came up in there with a fucking full bottle of Gatorade, brand new. I was like, I'm gonna drink this shit on the plane, and then the dude unzipped my bag. He was like, "What the fuck is this? A full bottle of like Gatorade?" I'm like, "Fuck." I was like, how? Forget about that shit.
Oh, yeah, that gets you.
I was like, he was like, you want to drink it all right here? I was like, man, throw it away.
Motherfucker, you know I gotta catch a flight, man. You have it.
Like, throw it away, man.
God damn.
I just bought it too, like in the hotel before we went on the go to the airport.
No, but it's crazy because it's weird to me because now recently like a friend of mine came out last year to visit me, and she like at my apartment right now she left like these fucking big ass bottles of
Vaseline.
I guess it was like some kind of hair conditioner or some shit. But I was like, how the fuck she get on a plane with this shit? I'm like, are they getting laxed or did she sneak them on? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know if they get laxed on bottle sizes or
Like
whatever.
carry on?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it might be carry on. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it was carry on. They would have cut that.
Yeah.
Then it says, you guys got the vaccine? Nah, man, I'm pure, man. I don't put
Yes.
stuff like that on my body.
Yes, I have. Part 1.
Yeah. Chris just got his.
Yeah, the first one.
I can't say nothing, you know?
Nah,
I just say it in my head.
no. Actually, and I did think about this too. Not trying to get too sidetracked off of this, but no, I did think about, because I get my second shot next week, that if we did an episode just talking about it, because I think with somebody who's like against a vaccination versus somebody who's already vaccinated, there's never been actually like a legitimate discourse between them.
Right.
And I think we can be civilized about it.
I'm not like against it or for it. I just know that I don't want to put new stuff in my body.
Yeah.
And nobody should force me to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's it. Like, if you want to do it, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm like, go ahead. Like,
yeah, I actually agree. It's like, if you want to take it, take it. If not, then not.
I just say, like, if I don't want to take it, don't fucking attack me. I'm not attacking nobody. Like, if you guys want to do it, do it. But I don't like to put stuff in my body. Like, I'm already drinking, like, all this crazy beer that I don't even know what the fuck is in it. But
Add this on top?
It's my choice. But fucking vaccine, like, come on, man,
It
don't.
was scary.
Yeah, I don't. Why? Why do I want to? I trust my body. Like, if I ever get sick or whatever, like, hey, do your job. I don't want to influence him to like fighting somebody from Troy,
Yeah. Yeah.
a fucking organism from Troy and shit. They're so strong. Try to fuck my shit up.
Achilles.
Yeah, man, I've been building my immune system for like over 30. How old am I?
33?
34. Fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've been building that shit, man, since I was a kid. I used to fucking lick the window screen. Anybody else do that?
No.
I used
Please,
to,
I
like-
hope not.
My mom, she'll open the window, right? And you know,
Yeah.
that's the window screen. I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm about to eat this shit up. And I would lick that shit, dude. Because when you lick it, right, your saliva, it gets into those little holes. And I try to blow it, like blowing the bubble. But it's so small, it doesn't work.
Yeah, no. I used to spit on the screen and then do it
But then lick
and
it,
make
right?
bubbles. No, then make bubbles.
Oh.
I did it.
I just licked it because
I
I,
did-
like the taste of that.
The bug goo. I guess it's
No, it tastes like metal.
I mean, yeah, it's wiring or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Probably mercury. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Maybe, but I had my days of being sick, so
Yeah. I mean, everybody's body's different. So.
my body, I don't know, maybe that, because I've been abusing the shit out of my body, and they're still out there fighting strong, man.
Yeah, man.
I was in the trenches at work, like during COVID, day
real, you
one.
really were, man.
I was in the trenches, man.
You didn't catch a day off.
I saw people fucking spitting all over the train purposely, like Hawk and Noogie. I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing?
And that's what you see. Imagine
Yeah.
when it happens when you're not there.
Fuck.
You're probably spitting in a fucking seat. That's,
And-
I can't stand running a public bus or a train, man. It's too messy.
Yeah,
Especially
dude.
train's way worse, but
It's both bad.
yeah. You know, we might have an episode about that one day. I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't. But let me get back to this fucking topic.
Before we get to that topic, I gotta take a leak real quick.
All right.
Sorry. I
No,
know
you
somebody just came in. Is that Bob?
Oh.
Let's double check. Users in chat. Nope, that's not Bob.
Okay.
Okay, you were back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Hola. That was fast, right?
I guess.
Was it? You
Yeah,
said like
no,
it took a long time, but
No, it was fast.
I didn't, man. I peed fast, you know?
I heard you out here. That's how fast it was.
What?
As I heard you out here, that's how fast it was.
Oh, yeah.
So you was going.
They call me pressure washer.
You want to wash my car, man?
I
God
destroy like urinal cakes. It's just like all
piece by piece.
yeah. They put a new urinal cake, right? When I get done, like it's all like little tiny bits and pieces all scattered.
That strong pee.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, all right, my bad. All right. So after 9/11, this that third. All right, I had some like this. I would say.
What direction are we going in right now?
Well, I'm trying to think as far as like okay, the ramifications of it. Because I'm about to talk about the war on terror next. Is like the next part of after 9/11. Because so the world goes in this weird way of America changes, and then it becomes this weird way where, well, for one, there's always this weird thing that the attacks happened on 9/11. One of the things I've heard about a lot is that it goes far back as like the Clinton administration hearing about this shit. And they knew about it, but why didn't they do anything to prevent it? So then it falls on Bush. It happens to Bush, this, that, and the third. And then we enter the war on terror, which I think was complete fucking bullshit from day one.
Why do you think that though?
Well, not gonna say from day one. It wasn't until I started going to Iraq that's I was like, that shit was fucking bullshit. Because the reason why I think it's bullshit from day one, because the war on terror, which was started with the Bush administration, their main goal was to go after every single terrorist cell in the world. And in hindsight, back then, when I was a dumbass, I was like, cool, let's get all the bad guys out there. And then over time, as I've gotten older, and I started realizing, I was like, how would a war on terror to track down all these terrorist cells would have been possible if America can't even deal with the fucking terrorists we got over here? We got domestic terror out the fucking ass. And how's America supposed to deal with the whole world or be
Wait, what's the terrorist over here?
the domestic terrorism? It could be like just extremist groups in America. Like that's actually the biggest problem, like one of the biggest threats in America.
But where though?
Whether it's like either black churches getting shot up, that's because they're domestic terrorists. The attack on the Asian community was a domestic terrorist attack. Well, I guess we're going in that same category as well too.
Like now? Talking about now?
Like now, just as far as
Yeah,
like.
but that's not common though.
And it's not common, but neither is foreign terrorists coming over to attack us. That's like terrorists do like people.
Yeah, that's definitely not common.
Like people born in America are more likely to be terrorists against America than people coming over. So I was like, as I've gotten older, I'm like, the war on terror is bullshit because you don't want to even deal with terrorists that are being born here and grown here and all this other shit. But you expect to police this whole world. All right, whatever. But that was their war on terror.
But in the beginning, it was more of a retaliation for what they did.
And everybody was on board. Everybody was on board for going after Afghanistan.
Yeah, I remember like they would interview all the people. They're like, yeah, like they did this to us. Like we're gonna get justice and we're gonna go over there and stick it to them.
And fuck them up. When I was watching the Turning Point documentary before, I remember some lady was like, "We need to eradicate them." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like she was serious.
She looking like a straight Karen.
Yeah, you remember her?
Yeah,
like, she was like a
with
Karen.
a little bob haircut.
Yeah, she was ready to just wipe them all the fuck out.
Looking like Marcy Darcy from Married with Children.
Yeah.
She's like, we need to eradicate them. I'm like, what the fuck? Go back home, Karen.
And everybody that looks like him over there. And I'm like, well, she might as well have said that. When you say eradication,
here's the thing, where I was scared for these Middle Eastern people that's already living here. Because when it happened, right, what they did, they said, okay, Osama bin Laden, he is the main guy behind this. He was the corporate guy.
Yeah.
He looked like every Middle Eastern person that I see on the street.
Bruh.
So these dude with the turbans and the beards, it's like on site.
Like,
it was like
everybody can get it.
It's like, oh shit, they have to change their whole look. They gotta do like because they were, like it's not their fault.
No,
not
at all.
But everybody viewed them as somebody that could possibly be a threat. And this ruined like their whole fucking community here. And that's where I was like, oh shit, this is not good. This is bad.
And I remember we talked about this before when with the hate crimes against the Asian community was going on at one point. And I remember I brought up, I was saying like, hey, like the millions of people went through this shit too back in the early 2000s, and still to this day of where
it's still a residue from it.
Yeah, it's still like, God, motherfuckers like, it's like they want to blame a specific race for something bad happening. And sometimes you did, like there was stories I remember reading back then. It was people from India who had stores that were getting shot, beaten, stuff getting blown. Like, what, they ain't even from the even area of where the terrorists even came from. But motherfuckers are so short-sighted and don't really want to hear anything else. They just got blind rage. And I think that's why Afghanistan became a thing of, well, let's go over there and fuck some shit up. And clearly we overstayed our welcome. But
they say, get those sand people.
All right, man. And everybody was on board. I remember back in the early 2000s, it was like, God bless America. God. And this is when I first became... This is when my young self started becoming a conspiracy theorist. I remember when, I think it was Tom, it might have been Tom Brady at the time. I'm pretty sure it was Tom Brady. When he, no, it can't be Tom Brady. Was it? Anyways, 2001 or 2002 NFL season, the Patriots won the Super Bowl. And me and a friend of mine, after they won the Super Bowl that year, we was cracking jokes like, man, they won the Super Bowl because da-da-da-da. And then we started cracking jokes about, hey, what if this is all set up by the Patriots? So, like, not only was set up by the Patriots so they could win the Super Bowl and have, like, everybody like, let's go Patriots. That's the only time I remember everybody was, like, loving the Patriots. And we cracked jokes about it. Both times I was like, hey, man, maybe it was something more than 9/11. I don't know, but...
What? How did you correlate those two
my
together?
brain, I don't know. My brain just be thinking on the side of that shit sometimes. I don't know. I thought it was a conspiracy back then.
They won because they won.
They did, and they did it.
It wasn't...
I don't know. I didn't want them to win. That's how it started for me. But
they scored 3 touchdowns in one game. Come on.
That's how it started for me. So,
conspiracy started with me with UFOs, of course.
Yeah.
Roswell. And alien abduction on the UPN channel.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That was like the beginning. And then Coast to Coast happened.
Coast to Coast. Mine was Coast to Coast before then too, but.
Yeah, I was on Coast to Coast like in 92, 93, man.
Oh, man. Hell no.
OG.
Mine is like probably like 98, 99, I'd say. Only because I just take out, like me and my mom, like, my mom didn't like paying for the trash company.
So you throw it at another place, right?
Yeah, we would do like, go to like a dump site, like side of the road or whatever, at like 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. and we would listen to Coast driving out there, and the shit I would hear, I was like, this is so amazing. This is the greatest thing ever. But, anyways, I mean, I don't know. So, like I was saying before, back to the original topic, the war on terror, I think, was complete bullshit. I thought it was just a way for us to get our foothold into the Middle East because then a couple years later, then it was the war with Iraq. Now, this is a thing that I realized over time. A lot of people think that Iraq and Afghanistan were both complicit in 9/11.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, and then a lot of people at I don't even know how many people still think it to this day, but they're just like all one and the same. And in reality, it's like
It's different, right?
it's two separate things going on, and we're fighting two wars on two different fronts.
So
And
why were we in Iraq in the first place?
so Iraq was, oh my God, fucking Dick Cheney's dumbass, who was the vice president. Which, I'm not a fan of George Bush, but anybody who like knows a little bit about politics knows that Dick Cheney, he was the vice president at the time. He was actually like the mastermind behind like a lot of shit, and he was ready to go after Iraq. And he got like a lot of motherfuckers to sign off on, politicians to sign off on saying like, let's go to Iraq, let's fuck it up, including now President Joe Biden. He signed off on hey, let's go to Iraq, let's do some shit.
Why though?
Well, that's what probably oil or whatever other shit is out there. But it became this thing of where Saddam Hussein, okay, he's been dealing with whatever shit he's got going out there. I think at the time it was like a lot of this the Kurdish community was trying to overthrow him from power. He was wiping them out, this, that, and the third. And the Bush administration eventually wound up saying, well, we want to go to the Middle East because we already have Afghanistan. Let's kind of get the other side of it. Let's try to grab like any kind of resources they got there. Usually war is like for resource purposes. That's usually the bottom line of it. And so they're like, hey, you know what? They got nukes. Iraq has nukes and they have weapons of mass destruction. There was never any fucking proof. They even sent an investigation team out there from I think it's the UN or whatever the fuck ever. They go out there, they investigate Iraq, found no nukes, no proof or nothing.
All they found was a Stargate.
I wish they found that. If they did, it's
Here's what I heard.
What's up?
Off record. Iraq is known to have a Stargate. This was Mesopotamia, right? Iraq was like the spot where they had like a real Stargate, not a manufactured one like the one that they're making now in Italy, CERN, whatever, Switzerland. They had a real organic Stargate that was built here from like the people in the past.
Non-man-made, I presume?
It's made by another race that's way more intelligent than us. They're the one that created all this shit. They're beyond like even Thor and Asgard people. Which if you look deeper, like the Asgards, it's like a thing now. Like I hear it in so many different stories. It's like, okay, this might be like a real fairy tale.
Like the 9 realms and all this other shit. Yeah, like a lot of like when you talk about realms and stuff, I always think about Asgard because I know there's like 9 realms of reality, and I think they live in the 9th or some shit. But
yeah, the God realm.
Yes, I would assume it's God realm.
Yeah, but that was just the other story. Like the reason why they went to Iraq.
The other side of it. Yeah,
because like, okay, let's say if is a real Stargate there, they're able to travel different places in the universe like easily. They would want that technology and not have anybody else be able to control it. So I was thinking that's another reason why they could be there.
It'd be some wild shit that like say
that's not normal.
Saddam Hussein, like he was using that Stargate, and they're like, hey man, he keeps resetting time, but how the fuck would us ordinary people would know? We would never know
not like resetting time, but he could bring like technology from other places, bring them here and control this place.
That could be a possibility.
That's the weird one.
That's the weird side of it. Yeah, I mean, it's wild. Like it's like because I was in Iraq before. If anybody knows me, and then once I went over there and I started reading books and stuff, and then and I started learning some things, you start to realize that the existence of us being over there was like, what the fuck is this? Bunch of death and fucking hot ass weather and sand in your damn eye for months.
How long were you out there though?
Was it 6-7 months maybe?
Holy shit!
Give or take.
So you were there for 6-7 months, and what were you even doing there?
I was doing security for the base. I wasn't out there doing the wild shit.
So what were like other people doing? Yep.
It was basically like a tiny city. It had everything you need there.
Like you're just there.
Yeah, like military personnel, military contractors, which is basically like civilians doing jobs that military could do. That's basically what it was.
Did you ever mess with like the town folks?
No,
Like slept with their mom or something?
no. I was about to say something dirty, but I was like, it's like,
It's like, oh, that's Chris. Like
that's him. He's coming back to base.
he just lapped us. Like he's about to go again.
Nah, but it wound up becoming this. Like going to Afghanistan is one thing, and I get that. But then going to Iraq is kind of like, it's like, what does that got to do with anything else? But y'all seen his weapons of mass destruction. They don't have it while we over there, and not only be as a way of that, but not only so much with the war that was going on over there in the Middle East, but things so much as like like the Patriot Act in America, where the Patriot Act, where the government is like, hey guys, for your safety and mine and all of us, we're gonna have to spy on everybody in this goddamn country. And then,
but they never told the public that.
But they gave a speech about it, I think, but it was or something, but it wasn't anything to the real truth behind what the hell they were doing. They made it seem like, hey, look, only they gave like in a weird way to me.
It's like for your protection, we have to spy on everybody.
And then we live in a world where basically like over time, like you start to see like with the Patriot Act, it kind of gets in this weird ass bubble to where it expands to where you even have social media sites. They're like deputized to watch people and to work along with the NSA and all types of weird shit. It's wild. 9/11 changed the landscape of everything across the world. And
yeah, and then so when Edward Snowden, when he fucking blew the whistle off of that NSA spying on the citizens and shit, what happens to him? He get casted out.
They chase him to the ends of the fucking earth.
Well, here's another reason why he got like casted out, because he revealed like too much of the information to where it was like, okay, you did too much, like even if like they broke like the law, like where they're spying on us and shit, like there's like he already like breached the protocol of like a personnel that works in like the CIA or whatever, like stuff that you're not supposed to tell the public and shit. You signed like an oath, like hey, there's like certain information that you're not supposed to tell people. Yeah. So they're like, okay, we, by like the rules that we have to send you away.
It's like,
but we need to get him back in here, man.
Oh, that's never gonna happen.
Why is that?
Edward Snowden back in here, like back to America?
Yeah.
That shit is never gonna happen.
Why though?
Every time there's a government that comes in, they're trying to hunt his ass down.
For what? Oh, I just said it. But bring him back, man. I'm pretty sure he's tired of eating Thai food.
I don't see a happy ending for him after all this. I really don't. Because at first it was, okay, what did he was a whistleblower during the Obama administration. And I was like, okay, he's going to run because Obama's making it damn sure, the Obama administration make damn sure they're going to hold his ass in charge, with them, with the highest crime they can get his ass if they can. And then when Trump came in office, I was like, okay, Trump might pardon him or some kind of weird shit. Trump doesn't do it. And now I'm just like, oh, this motherfucker is not, he's going to die out there. He's never going to be able to come back.
Yeah, but you'll see him on like podcast shows. Like,
oh, yeah, he pops out, man.
He was on Joe Rogan podcast. That shit was pretty good.
That was good, man. Actually, like the one.
They asked him like the question, like, hey, did you get any like alien like documents? He was like, like I was actually looking for stuff like that. I didn't find anything.
Wait, what? No, he didn't find anything?
He didn't find nothing. I was like, okay, you didn't get that clearance. You didn't get that fucking... Because, they all work in different levels,
I was about to say either, not even so much clearance, but like NSA just kind of... I think there's different divisions that focus on different things.
Yeah, it's like...
NSA is like strictly for spying on us. So I doubt they would have any intelligence on UFOs.
Oh, yeah.
It would have to be a completely separate bureau of supernatural investigations type shit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like a
what
specific group.
Black Book.
Is that what it's called for?
I don't know.
Oh, that's actually a good name, though.
Project Pegasus or something.
But I know it's with 9/11 and everything that went down. The thing that and just where I've seen how things have gone, I do think something like the Patriot Act. I don't know about the Patriot Act, but
what is the Patriot Act? Patriot Act.
Oh, so the Patriot Act is.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah, the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act. Patriot Act. It's basically where they're giving like surveillance over American citizens and the judicial system or the law is basically kind of like, we're gonna let you guys do what you're gonna do. There's no kind of like oversight on how the U.S. government is going to do what they do as far as surveillance on U.S. citizens. So how can I explain it? Like,
You know who's watching us now, though?
probably them, whatever.
China.
Cool. Like
They're watching our every move, every word we speak, every step we take. They'll be here for us.
and via TikTok. And
You know
via-
why?
What's that?
They want to learn so much about us so they can predict every move that we're going to make.
Oh, we
And they're going to know like what they have to do in the future to accommodate to Americans before they even think they need something.
yeah.
It's so crazy.
Hey, look, China making some moves out there in Afghanistan right now. They
Man, I gotta tell you one thing about China. They're not China, man. They're not normal. Well, the government is not normal.
no, it's ran.
I keep saying this every episode. I tell some people on the street, China's not normal, man. They're under a different type of control. I saw it with my own eyes. It's not normal.
With what though?
The power. It's not. It's not from a human.
Oh,
on
no, yeah.
Earth. Yeah.
Well, it's weird how China's running things right now. Well, for one, what's that? Xi Jinping, I think his name is.
You're gonna get messed up for pronouncing his name wrong.
Whatever. Yeah.
It's Pooh Bear.
Oh, now you about to get messed up for saying that. For anybody who don't know,
What are they gonna do? Cancel this podcast?
Unless she just cuts off the dion.
You know what's funny? You know what's crazy, right?
What's that?
We're in like maybe over 50 countries that people listen to us. There's not one person in China that listen to us
But we got somebody in North Korea, right?
because we're blocked. No.
Nobody in North Korea?
No.
Damn.
Where did you hear that?
I don't know. Maybe I just made it up. Right? I just
We're
imagine like
not in North Korea.
I just imagine like a lone North Korean in their bedroom, like
There's a Steam player. Somebody with a
The-
PC
the one- the
that
one
plays
dot?
on Steam.
The one dot?
The one dot.
I don't know. Maybe I just thought about maybe we had one like that too. I don't know.
Then we're in trouble.
I feel like to be like kiss their wife and kiss goodnight, like hey, goodnight. He goes to his special room, like goes to his closet.
Yeah.
Special room is a closet. He's like,
Imagine like,
he's like, and he's listening to our podcast. It's
dude, imagine. What's his name in North Korea? Jong Wei Lee?
King Jong Un.
Kim Jong.
It's King. Kim Jong Un.
Yeah, imagine like he goes to like random Twitch pages, and then he happens to come across ours,
Yeah.
and then he just likes how we talk and shit, and he watches us like this and shit,
It sounds like the movie The Interview.
and then he curls his hair if he has hair, with his legs like.
That Billy Waters is so dreamy. Oh, okay.
Like, see, like these guys, like we need to bring them over here, like how they brought like Dennis Rodman.
Oh, I was about to say like you ever seen the movie The Interview?
Yeah.
Oh, just like that too. Invite us over and shoot tanks or some shit. What the fuck they was doing?
Yeah, do some fun shit.
I'll be down for it.
If you were invited by him, would you go over there?
Yeah, why would you want to kill my black ass?
Would you go over there?
Yeah.
Damn, you're brave.
And look, the reason why I say this is because I know how the mind thinks, right? Like, well, not so much the mind thinks, but going over to other countries and whatnot, right? To, the Middle East and wherever, right? There's one thing I learned about how a lot of people think about how America is, right? In America, they see America as white people. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you black or anything else and live in America, they don't really see you as like their target or their enemy. A lot of times, you find out like, which is why a lot of people don't know this. Maybe I don't know, but in prison, the reason why I'm not gonna say the reason why this is 1,000%, but they're realizing that in prisons, when not a lot, God damn it, when some black men convert to a Muslim religion and or to Islam or whatever, they want to become a part of like a terrorist cell in a weird way or some kind of connection. Like the terrorist cells, it's like sometimes that's what the U.S. government is saying, that the going to the converting to Islam and shit like that, and it happens in prison a lot. Black men are converting over to it, and it's like they're almost trying to indoctrinate black men into it sometimes in a weird way. So the U.S. government is saying, right? Right. So they're trying to keep an eye on that, along with just like that, just how they just like maybe just like how that culture is spreading. I guess I don't know how I'm coming across right, but
Like, you ever studied like Islam, like religion?
no, not when I was over there. I had a talk with one security guard one time. I think it was in Kuwait, and he was getting into an argument with one of the guards that I was working with, who was like a devout Christian, straight up through and through. And they were going back and forth and arguing in like the gate shack we was working in. They going back and forth, and then the dude I was working with got so mad, he like walks off his post and he like just completely leaves, just goes out, like walks away. And I talked to the security guy. He's like, and I was like, what the hell happened here, man? Because I was outside checking IDs, right? And so I'm like, I'm confused when I go back inside. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And the guy's like, man, I'm trying to explain to him that like our religions are the same, and he ain't trying to hear it. But he's like, your friend's a Christian. I'm Muslim. Like, I'm trying to explain to him that the connection, and he ain't trying to hear it. And he's like yelling at me. I'm like, okay. And then he explained to me the whole story, and I was like, I don't see what's the problem then, because it sounds like the same origin as
Right.
what's over here. And I don't know.
That's the real thing.
And that's what I learned about. I was like, we're not so different after all.
We're not, man.
really
The religion
not.
is so similar, and people want to argue, oh, my shit's better than your shit. It's not, man.
Yeah, hell no.
We all come from the same shit, dude.
All of us, man.
All of us.
Just the world treats us all differently. I guess is the world and its powers.
Yeah. Earth is like one big experiment, right?
It
Where
is.
they bring all these different people from all these different planets, right? They're like, hey, let's do an experiment. Let's see if these guys can all get together, like, and get along.
How can they exist?
Yeah. So bring the guys from like the yellow planet, all the black people from the yellow planet. We'll bring them here, right? And we'll get all the Asian people from the black planet. We'll bring them here, right? We'll get all the white people. We get, everybody, the sand people. No, we get the...
This is like what's that? It's like a reality show.
Yeah, it's like real world.
It's real world.
Yeah. Like what happens when you put everybody in a room, right? So
Big Brother.
just put that on a bigger scale. Like, what happens when you put everybody from different races on one planet?
Earth being our home.
Let's see what happens.
It's like, when things get real, that's what you say.
Yeah,
Real world.
yeah.
They're true.
When things get real.
Real world. New York.
Real world, Earth. Season 12.
Season 6 million.
Season 12. The title is like Agenda 21. The 21st century. Let's see what's going to happen on this season.
Oh.
Oh. What's going on? Black Lives Matter. Oh, shit.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
And a plague. Oh.
Let's throw this virus out there.
Let's spice this season up.
Let's drop. Yeah. Let's see what they're gonna do after we drop this virus.
What is because like the ratings were dropping? The ratings of Earth was so low.
The producers like drop a virus.
Just do it.
It's like what? That affects the whole planet? Yes.
It's like Planet Blurp Blurp is bleeding out Earth. Do it. Corona now.
That's so wild. We live in one big reality TV show.
For aliens, man.
Fuck, man. We're a mockery, man. They're just watching us like what's that movie with Jim Carrey?
Oh, Truman Show?
The Truman Show.
I'm down for that.
Every time you look in the mirror, this audience watching you.
I'm down for that. I hope I'm likable to live long enough in this shit. Like I feel like you get wiped out, they're like you know.
It's where like you gain like so much knowledge to where you realize like, oh shit, we're being watched the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a TV show. We could be one big funny TV show, man.
Could.
And the people that get killed off is because they weren't getting enough ratings, so like people weren't really watching them, you know.
Like that motherfucker's born go.
So they keep the people that's exciting, they live like a little longer. But then they keep like the people that's like normal, whatever, right? But they keep them as like the NPCs, keep like the world moving and shit.
Oh yeah, just for background characters.
Yeah.
Who would be the main character for Earth? I don't know.
The Rock, I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. Earth, starring The Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Damn, imagine when he died, man. He'd get like a...
Man,
It'd be just like us when we die.
What's it?
Like, hey, Rock, hey, what's good? Oh, you're in the back of the line. Oh, okay.
We all just people.
Like, oh, you can't bring your money here. Oh,
Oh, you're stuck in line. Hey, Rocky, hey, get back in the line.
I was trying to tell everybody, man, the currency in the other world, it's not money, man.
No, it ain't.
It's how much love like you showed on this world.
It is, man. Bring it over to the
That's
other side.
like the realest shit.
That's real shit. Bring it over to the other side. That's the currency right there. Like, okay, we're
Real
gonna.
love, not fake love. Real love.
It's gonna be weight on the scale.
Yeah, they put your heart. It's like, oh, your heart's actually floating. It's not worth shit. It carries no weight.
Man, I don't know. Like your shit empty, man. You're done. Man, the thing I was just looking at my phone just now too was like a. Oh my god! So I was watching some earlier today, right, on a documentary. And they were talking about like the lady that experienced that. Well, for one, that plane that crashed in the middle of nowhere. I always heard like weird conspiracies
They're
that.
talking about Flight 93.
Yeah, 93. I think the one that crashed in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was the flight that they took control of the cockpit and they made it crash because I think it was headed towards the Capitol. Because it crashed like in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, in like the middle of fucking nowhere.
Near like Camp David.
I actually heard a conspiracy about why that plane crashed though.
Why? I thought it got shot down, but did it?
Look, I watched something years ago that explained on what's the chances of that plane being hijacked, and even if they take over the plane, that it crashed in the middle of nowhere, away from like civilians, cities. Like nobody was injured, like as far as on the ground level where that plane crashed. To
So
me,
what do you think?
I do think it might have been shot down.
Yeah,
I think it was shot down from the sky.
it has to be shot down.
And considering that, as far as America's concerned, because they're gearing up for the Middle East, they've been gearing this shit up for like a long time. To come out with the fact that the plane is shot down and the American people would know about it, it would be a bad look in a way. I guess like you try to get as many people to get riled up to go to the Middle East in America. If news came out that, hey, we also shot down a plane, that the house of cards of the whole 9/11 thing would completely fucking crumble after that. I would assume.
I wouldn't think so because this is more like a, hey, where's this plane gonna go? Is it gonna do more damage if it flies to like another place we don't know? So
Yeah.
if they can confirm like the plane has been hijacked, automatically you'd be like,
And
okay,
that is
shoot it
protocol.
down. Yeah,
That's supposed to be
protocol.
protocol, yeah.
Yeah, like shoot that shit down.
It's okay with
Like
that
you have
too.
to,
But I think
you have
out
to
of
crack some eggs to save like a lot of people.
yeah, that's yeah. I mean,
It could be
It could be a
worse.
hell of a lot worse. That's
It could be worse.
I agree with that. So I'm not saying like I dispute or I hate that idea. I think that just from a standpoint, if that really did happen, I could see the U.S. government trying like, oh no, that didn't happen. They fought for their lives. They took over the plane and then rammed it to the ground because I guess they were saying like the people on the plane may have been like they was finding out over time.
Yeah, they're fighting the people in the cockpit.
The two of the planes that crashed to World Trade Center.
Yeah, so they already know like the planes crashed into the World Trade Center.
And they're like, fuck, we're next.
They're on the plane. They know their shit's already hijacked. That's when like you heard the calls where they call like their family, their kids and stuff, because they know like okay, I guess we got hijacked too. So that's when they took over like the cockpit. Like either if they didn't shoot that plane down, they got into the the controls of like the plane and they destroyed the plane themselves.
And it's like,
Yeah, they're like, oh, shoo, like nobody knows how to fly a plane. Nope, let's just crash it.
I would say like most normal people be like, look, hold back the terrorists, beat them up, restrain them. We're gonna land the plane, or something. We'll do something. Hey, look, I'm flying the plane. Da 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 da.
Yeah, we really don't know what happened though.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's the one thing I could never figure out with that whole thing.
It happened though. It's real.
Oh no, the people did try to fight back. That was straight up trying to fight these motherfuckers. Whether they got to the cockpit, not the cockpit or whatever. I've always kind of wondered because I think maybe like they trying to reach to the cockpit, get to the terrorist who's flying the plane. But when you fly into that airspace, or when the reaction time of when a terrorist attack happens, the U.S. is like this: boom, 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 boom. They're tracking down every single plane. They was even catching planes like, I mean, this was like till a little bit later, but they were somehow able to catch planes that was flying off course off of the actual flights that there was going. Like, hey,
Right.
what's everybody's flight plan? Why is this flight? Da da da. They wound up catching planes that was like flying to like as far as like L.A. or some shit. They got the fuel on it to make it a bigger bomb, I guess. If they're gonna crash into something. I do feel like the people on the plane may have tried to fight back, but time, the clock was ticking, and then the U.S. government was like, we got time. We already got
So
it.
they just shot it down.
Shot down, but boom. The Pentagon's a whole nother mess too, but I don't even know what's up with that.
I gotta take a leak so bad.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'll be right back.
All right.
But it's just they're pulling their trash in.
Oh,
Sound like thunder, right?
Oh yeah. When they drag it out to the street
Yeah.
on that concrete.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Where were we? Is there any juicy information you got on 9/11?
If you got any, I'm ready to jump on that right quick.
I don't have a juicy one, but I have a story of World Trade Center surfer struggles to comprehend his survival 20 years later. So, like, in 9/11, this guy was actually surfing on, like, the top of the tower.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And he surfed, like, how many floors? 22 floors?
Had to be more than that. If he's on World Trade Center?
No, he wasn't exactly all the way at the top. Like, he was at, like, the 69th level, right?
Okay.
But he managed to make it down to the 22nd floor. Mm-hmm. And that's when, like, he called his wife. He's like, hey, tell me what's going on TV. Because the plane just hit, like, above me, you know? Because he knew, like, something hit above him. And his wife's like, yeah, plane hit. Like, oh. And she's like, why are you talking to me? Like, fucking get the fuck out of there.
Like, fucking run, motherfucker.
So he was making his way downtown, you know, running fast. Because it's homebound.
Yeah, I think that's what he
And right when he got to the 22nd floor in the North Tower, that's when he felt like the building shaking. And then next thing you know, it was all black, and he was just fucking riding the wave all the way down.
God damn.
It was crazy because it was only 2 people that survived like that.
From that height.
From that height, like surfing. He was just surfing
Holy
on.
shit.
He was just surfing that shit, and he was alive along with somebody else. But everybody like who was on his team, all his people, all dead.
I believe
And then he got like this survivor's guilt because he's like, why am I alive? You know,
Feeling,
out of everybody, it's like, why? Like, you would think like, okay, you have a true purpose. And then you would seek out like, okay, what is the purpose of him being there?
Yeah. No, shit. 'Cause I thought you was talking about the guy who, now this is one that was proven to be like I guess like a scam or whatever you want to fucking call it. A hoax, right? It was a dude that was like, this shit was going on for a while, right? So supposedly the day that 9/11 happened, there's a guy on the roof, and there was somebody up there with him who took a picture while he was on the roof. But in the background, you see the plane flying down towards the same tower that he was standing on. The plane supposedly hit the building, and he rode all the way down on the roof of the building when it was collapsing. Like just like surfing on that shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
And survived it, and it got proven to be a hoax sometime later. But at the beginning, when I first heard the story, I was dumbass, but I was like, okay, maybe he survived. Like, okay. When I know how the like demolition worked after a while, I was like, okay, there's no way he could have survived that. But he was exposed for riding on the roof of World Trade Center.
Yeah, even like this one is even hard to believe too because he was on the 22nd floor where he rode all the way down and shit. That's 22 floors, man.
And what do they have, like 100 something up in that bitch? Like World Trade Center? 80, 90? I remember hearing stories about
it's up there. Yeah,
I remember hearing stories about the 83rd floor. I was like, what? What?
Yeah, it has to be a lot because like when we're in Vegas, right? Bob, she has like she got this hotel. It was like the New York hotel.
Okay.
And she was on floor 88.
And the New York hotel's that tall?
Yeah, I was like floor 88. Like what the fuck?
Stratosphere is higher than that.
Yeah, but it was so crazy. I was like,
crazy
damn.
too.
I was like, why are you up here so high? I look out her window. I look down at the swimming pool. I was like, holy shit.
Well,
I was like, you're too high.
No, the thing like I was thinking just now is that the New York hotel, I never realized it was that big, but the only reason why is because I went to Stratosphere first, I think. And then when I came back down, and then when I realized how New York was,
Maybe 66 floors.
but it was tall as
It was
shit.
a
though.
lot.
It's
It was
a
a
lot.
lot. It was a lot.
But Stratosphere is to the point where it's the elevator they have to get to the top. It goes like 100 something miles per hour. So you just on the elevator like, oh shit, you can feel like the pressure pushing down on you. Little funky, but I didn't know New York was that damn tall. I never went to the top.
Yeah, it's pretty tall.
I always want to get on roller coasters, but I don't know.
But yeah, that's a cool story, right? Of the dude
That's
that
good.
survived from the 22nd floor. He surfed all the way down.
That's fucking awesome.
Him and some other dude or girl.
So it was him and one other person that
Yeah,
made it.
one other person.
I remember hearing a story about a guy saying that I wonder if it's this guy right here, but some guy was saying that everybody who was like 3 floors above him died basically where he was at when
Pretty sure they died.
like they made it out just in the nick of time basically if it was dropping that fast. So
That shit's crazy. Like, if you guys have Netflix, watch the Turning Point documentary, which is like a brand new documentary for the 9/11 where it covers everything.
it's really good.
Yeah, like even like when I was watching, they did it so good to where I didn't know what was gonna happen. So I was like watching for the first time, like I didn't know a plane was gonna hit. All I saw was like one building was on fire. I'm like, oh shit, like what the fuck is gonna happen now? And then I saw the second plane. I was like,
Shit.
oh shit, like do people know about this? But then I was like, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, that's how like
This is where we're at right now.
yeah, I was like, holy shit, like they did it that good to where I forgot, like, oh, this is something that you've been through before.
yeah, already like
I'm exaggerating, but it was like that. My reaction when I saw that second plane hit, I was like, oh shit, like my heart dropped. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that shit just happened.
yeah.
That was that wild. That was what made it like really sad. The documentary was when they played like the recordings of the people where they call like their loved ones.
Oh my god, that shit is horrifying, man.
They're like, hey, like the mom,
so
she's
sad,
like,
yeah.
she's like, hey, Billy, like pick the phone up. Like, oh, okay, you're not gonna pick the phone up. I just want to say, I love you and blah blah blah. I was like, holy shit.
And then was this at the tower at the time?
This was the one on the plane.
Oh, plane. Okay, it was,
when it was hijacked.
Yeah, because I remember it was like a black lady and then somebody else that was calling, like just leave voicemails because nobody was picking up. But there's even like celebrities that's supposed to be on certain planes at the time was like they were supposed to be taking flights.
Like R. Kelly.
No, man, what the hell? No, oh my god, that shit came out of nowhere. No, I think one of the celebrities that's supposed to be on the plane at the time was like Mark Wahlberg. I think he said he's supposed to have a flight or whatever. But I mean,
Final Destination, remember?
oh my, this is like Final Destination on crack, man. It's
What's Final Destination after all that shit happened? Because remember that plane scene where he was like, don't get on the plane.
yeah, and then the plane crashed and everybody started dying in crazy ass ways, like in the shower and shit. Hey, man. That movie's dope, though.
Wild times, man.
I do remember that with 9/11 happening and just how things just... I do remember like this, the world becoming a different place and then things are slowly starting to change. I do remember like just America just finding like a new boogeyman to go after.
Or one that they created.
Or one that they maybe created. Because
So they can have a new objective to go in the country.
and look, anybody that's watched the show before or listened to me say something before, I'm a 9/11 truther through and through. I do not believe America like some. Look, I believe America. I do believe America had some type of involvement in it in some kind of way, like in either knowing about it and did not stop it, or may have orchestrated it. I don't know, because like this shit makes no sense on why it went down, but the ripple effects of what it caused, especially with the Patriot Act, it seems like fuck. Like, was this all for you? Just want to control everything and then get to the Middle East, have resources and da da da. Like,
You think that's supposed to happen though? Like it's already written out and it just has to play out. And the people that knows about it, they have to make sure that this plays out.
The only thing I can't really speak too much on that. The only thing that I can really get on to where I realized that I started to think that in a weird way that they really want to watch us is because when I was in the military, right?
I wouldn't think they go to that
What's that?
far just to watch us. I think it's way more than just watching us.
It goes against a lot of things of what the Constitution is supposed to be put into place to keep them from spying on us. But then if you have I think it might be just like a hodgepodge of a lot of things. I just think Patriot Act is just one of them things that they, in a weird way, to want to be able to watch people. And I say this to say this because I remember one time when I was in the military, if you was at work and you weren't using your cell phone, if you try to get on like MySpace at the time and over time like Facebook or whatever, government computers would not give you access to social media at all. They would not. The government would not let you allow you to get on that shit.
That's like a school computer, right?
Like a school computer. And then over time, they're like, we'll let you guys watch it. And I remember the day when I was still back in the military, when it was people find out like, oh shit, we get on Facebook on the computer. My brother's like, they want us to get on this shit so they can dig more into us. Like it's the easiest way to do it. Like, oh, okay, let me get this government computer. Like, that was cool enough. Like, we get on Facebook now, cool. Let me talk about stuff. Let me do this and this. And people get so laxy-daisy, they probably get too comfortable with it. May slip up, send like a message to somebody, like it gets picked up.
I would never, ever. I would never get on a company computer and log on to any of my personal sites, ever. That's like you're giving them. It's keyword. It's company computer. They know every keystroke that you make, every step you make. They're there with you.
Every step of the way.
Yeah, like they know every keystroke. Cause think about it. It's not your home computer. It's a company computer. They know everything that you typed. Everything.
Shit, the company's letting you get on the computer because they.
Yeah. So when I see people logging into their personal Facebook, I'm like, dude, you're getting compromised right now, man. Because the IT department, all they gotta do is just fucking go in and be like, oh, look at all these people that just log on their personal shit on the company computer. And we have access to all that shit.
And there's probably millions upon millions.
Yeah, that's why when I see that, I was like, dude, you guys you're making it too easy for them.
But at the same time, too, I do feel like the NSA is growing so strong at this point, it doesn't even matter, even if you get on your work computer.
It's not just NSA. Like, when you're doing it on the work computer, you're giving your company.
Oh yeah, the company that you're working for. Oh, they got you. You just give them all your shit.
Like, oh shit, hey, we got this guy, man. But NSA, they're doing it on a mass scale.
Oh yeah, it's just they don't give a fuck who or what. Like, yeah, your job you working for, cool. They can spy on you. That you're little fish compared to what we're looking for, but they're doing like
They're not really looking for anything. The main thing that they're doing is seeing how people think.
Yeah.
Like what do they respond with when we show them this? How do they respond? So they're trying to predict what humans are doing.
And it's get to the point, and that's why I'm kind of weird with the whole Patriot Act thing. I get why it's a violation, but at the same time, if you can prove spying on people in America can be effective at stopping a lot of shit in America, then I'm completely fine. I mean, it's really like, what's worth it? Giving up your privacy for protection, but doing that could be a slippery slope, or saving human lives. I don't know. I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways, I feel like that's what 9/11 is like in a lot of ways too. Like, if they had this option to stop these things, like stop all this from happening, if the government knew about it, do they feel like this is like the terrorist attack would outweigh the real threat that was like we really don't know about? If that makes sense, and that's like 9/11 to them may be a necessity in order for them to make that step forward into protecting us. I'm doing air quotes, but
like, what do you think is what's going on right now? Why did we have troops in Afghanistan for 20 years? Why are we still there? Didn't we kill Osama?
Yeah.
Why do you think like the U.S. government, the military, is still in Afghanistan?
My personal opinion, they're trying to stake claim to something that Russia has been trying to get to for a while, and China is going to get to now.
Which is what though?
The opioid fields. They can get all the opioid fields. That's
you gotta say it clear.
The opioid fields.
There you go.
They can get the opioid fields. I always do like this weird connection, and I might be 1,010% wrong about this, but I do realize there's an opioid crisis in America. And
in the world,
in the world, but yep. I can't speak for the rest of the world on numbers wise or whatever.
I'm pretty sure
globally it's an issue, right?
Because everybody run on the same trend.
Yeah, and so I feel like with these opioid fields is a good way to maybe like have control over a drug, whatever. Because in America, this opioid crisis is coming from big pharma. They are giving this out to people. Where they getting the opioids from? Dun dun dun.
Afghanistan.
There you go, kids.
Here's what's crazy. Like before even America went over to Afghanistan, right? Mm-hmm. Like Afghanistan, they were growing opioids, like they were doing all the drug stuff, but they weren't the main producers of that shit, for the world. Mm-hmm. Like maybe they were doing like 10, 20%, right? So when after America they invaded Afghanistan. They took over. Like, that shit is shot down, like, to zero because they said they were going to destroy all these drug fields and stuff where they were growing opioids. And then, or the poppy seeds, that's what they call it, right? The poppy seed plants. Yeah. But then later, like, the poppy seed plant, like, it grew, like, over 80% to where they were producing so much opioids for the whole world. They were, like, the number one supplier for the whole world, like, 80%.
Yeah.
So the rumor is that the CIA, they were the one that allowed all this drug stuff to happen, and they were getting a cut from it because they were allowing all the opioids to come out from Afghanistan and send it all to Mexico. Mexico do whatever the fuck they do with the drug,
and then
send it over to the U.S., spread all that shit out, and Afghanistan is the number one place for, like, fucking opioids, and big pharma's capitalizing on that shit too.
That was like they was doing that shit in the Vietnam War with I want to say Frank Lucas when he started he created this drug called Blue Magic, but he was grabbing, like, it's because he had a connection out there to the opioid fields. Actually, he had a connection within the United States government, actual soldiers that were getting a cut from the profit, but they were sending opioids back over to where he was at. It was able to make it to a drug called Blue Magic or whatever. But it kind of asks the question, even far back as Vietnam War, why was America involved in this shit? Same thing, like, fucking opioids are ending up in back. Like, I ask a lot of questions on why the fuck this shit even happens when we go to war now, because it's never... Too many times we're told as for liberation, like, let's help these poor souls out. But it's always like this underlining theme with it. And
yeah, like, they can't explain why they're there for that long.
You got the motherfucking 2011. Why are we still in Afghanistan?
Like, yeah, but every year Afghanistan is producing more opioids.
Oh,
like,
more
poppy seeds they're exporting.
How much money was the American government investing into helping grow even the damn poppy fields, probably, or whatever they growing it?
Yeah,
like,
they were helping, man, they're helping them do all that shit. They even, man...
They're going to the damn fucking factory. And now China just
They did, like, an interview. They tried to interview, like, the soldiers, like, hey, you guys know what they're doing here? Like, it's like, well, we can't really... tell them to stop because then we would get attacked and it's going to be a big mess and the camera's off. Yeah, hey, continue production. We got a quota to meet, Yeah, like, who's the number one country that's producing the most opioids for the world? Afghanistan.
They're here right now.
They produce 80% of that shit for the whole world because for some reason that shit grows like fucking...
And that
hotcakes out there, like, it's
that shit is highly addictive. It's become an epidemic in America now, which I just found this out earlier today. Just trying to look this up. I gotta explain this. Like, the opioid crisis the news make it seem like the opioid crisis is just happening in, like, white communities, I guess, mainly in the South. But then I was reading something earlier to where they had a real bad opioid crisis in, like, the Bronx or some shit, and I think maybe in Bronx or Brooklyn, one of the 5 boroughs of New York, but it's up there but it's predominantly black community though. Back when the opioid crisis was kicking off.
So what would be like a popular drug in the black community that's an opioid?
I don't know. Nothing. I mean, I honestly don't know because I don't do that shit. I don't even know anybody who does it, so I don't really.
I'll tell you guys.
You know? You actually know?
Xanax would be like a
oh
painkiller.
My God,
it's like any painkiller.
Yeah, painkillers.
Yeah, Xanax. What else we got? That's all I know because I'm not.
Molly?
No.
Was it
No,
the same thing?
Molly would be like I would consider that more like an upper, like MDMA.
Okay.
Something that picks you up.
Yeah, but Xanax is down there and makes you want to sleep and shit.
Xanax is like the painkiller. Any painkiller.
I blame Drake for that. He promotes that shit a lot.
There's another painkiller that starts with a T, like tramadol.
That's supposed to be a downer too?
It's a painkiller. It gets rid of the pain.
This shows
people get addicted. That syrup shit. What they call that? That purple drink. It's like a syrup. Cough syrup. That's another opioid.
Yeah, God damn it. I've heard that shit in a long time.
Yeah.
People still do that shit? I know exactly what you're talking about.
Damn, what's that syrup shit called? You guys know that shit? It's in like every rap song video.
Oh, it was at one time. I remember.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's drinking out the red cups and shit. What the fuck?
No. They drink it out the styrofoam cups.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Styrofoam cups. That's what it was.
Yeah. They mix the cough syrup with like Sprite or some shit.
Oh my! What the fuck is that called?
Fuck. Where's Bob at? She's a druggie.
Show up, please.
Fuck.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it.
Yeah. Damn. Like that shit. It disappeared from my head. But yeah, let's continue.
But let's continue.
It'll pop up in my head.
But I mean, as far as like with 9/11, I don't even know. The way the world is, I feel still. The shit that happened in Afghanistan and us pulling out, the way my brain is thinking, it's only a matter of time before motherfuckers go back over there, or they're gonna find something else to go after, or to get people to get behind it or whatever. But I don't think it's gonna be as easy as it was back in 2001. If America goes into another big ass war, like at least with our generation, I don't think there would never be a 20-year war. This shit was so disliked and hated across the board. It didn't matter if you was Democrat, Republican, and contrary to popular belief, and this is coming from somebody who
I know what it is.
Oh, you got it?
It's codeine. Permethazine hydro.
Codeine?
Codeine.
Okay, I heard codeine, yeah.
Purple drink.
Purple drink.
Yeah, with an A. Go ahead.
But for anybody who knows, like who knows about me on a political level, I don't have too much love
You're a Trump
for.
guy.
Huh? I almost don't like any politician.
You're a Trump guy. But go ahead.
But I'm not really a big fan of Joe Biden. But I do think when he put on Afghanistan, that's the one little thing I might like him for, because us staying over there didn't make shit like sense anymore to me.
It's been too long.
It's been a country that's like that country is never really considered, at least towards the tribes that live out there. I think it's like 12, 13 tribes, maybe less than that. But it's all these people that live in Afghanistan, and they're if you ask them right now, like, how do you think of your country of Afghanistan? Almost every single tribe will be like, it's a country, which is just land to us. Like, this is just land to us, and I'm with my tribe and with my family. I'm not worrying about this country as a whole. In a weird, not in a weird way, America's almost trying to like set it up as like a real country, and trying to establish it like American territory. This is ours now, and it can never like sustain that ability of being a country, because that's not what it really is. Like, America was trying to force something and make something happen in Afghanistan to hold up. So when China or Russia, whenever they're coming over, it's American territory. But that you can't. Man, Afghanistan's gonna be Afghanistan.
So like the situation that's going on right now, where the U.S. they quickly got up their shit and left. Mm-hmm. What do you think is going on? And now we're hearing on the news that China is going to be the one that's going to clean up the mess, in quotations. What do you think happened right there? Is there like a power shift to where China is the one that say, hey, we're going to take control of this. U.S., you guys got to get out. Because, the U.S., we're known to have crazy military, right? Like, we're powerful people. Why did the U.S. military just bounce like that?
As according to Joe Biden, is that we've been there too long. It's time to go.
So we just bounce like that easily?
And just leave.
In that type of fashion?
And my honest God, and honest God truth, I honestly don't think whether if Trump had did it, or if Obama did it, or if some president 10, 15, 20 years from now would have made a choice to leave Afghanistan, this shit would have never been perfect. This shit would have been horribly done, and no matter how you twist it. That's a country that you should never just walk into, because this is how it's structured. You kind of have to start, like I was explaining before. You do have to start from the ground up with as far as Afghanistan is. It's not like it has a government that you can kind of work with. It doesn't have a government at all, and it just exists as land. It's this land with borders, and the people that live there are just kind of like whatever. Like, I'm worried about my tribe / neighborhood, if you will. I'm not worried about anything outside of that. And so trying to make it something that is not, probably the biggest downfall. And so while America's blowing Afghanistan straight to hell, still after you caught the fucking guy, you're there for some reason, poppy fields. But while you're doing this shit, blowing up the place, China is, in my opinion, I think it's a brilliant idea. What they're trying to pull is they're coming into the back door like, hey, you know what? America's blew up this fucking building. We're going to rebuild this for you. And now they're financing these structures and building.
Or China, they already got the king spot, right? Like, when I say king spot, I'm talking about world control.
Okay.
So let's say like China, they have like the seat where they can control like whatever. They can say, hey, Russia, you chill. America, you need to move out of like, Afghanistan. We're going to take control because you
got
guys
this.
been here for 20 years. You guys are not really doing it right.
You ain't doing shit. Yeah.
And we want to control all that shit.
Let's try it out with
Yeah, we want to control everything from not just all the computer chips and stuff. We want to control the poppy seeds. Because all the poppy seeds, like if Afghanistan is producing 80% of the poppy seeds for the world, guess what? China's like, hey, we want that. Because America, you guys are not doing it right. You guys take the back seat. So I'm thinking like maybe China was the one that called that shot and say, hey, you guys need to step down. I don't care how the fuck you guys do it, but you guys got to step down. And the way it happened was so not natural, like how it just progressed so fucking fast.
Yeah.
You know, like it happened like what, in like a couple of days and boom, they took over the whole shit.
Like a
And
fucking,
then the Americans, they
felt
left the place. Like it was so crazy.
I think it was like a fucking weekend, and they had 300. I think it's like 300,000 troops were over there, of trained Afghanistan military members. I think it was 300,000 versus I think 75,000 Taliban, and they just like not a shot was fired, nothing happened. Afghanistan soldiers, the president who did a fucking press conference talked to the people. Hey guys, we're gonna make it through this type bullshit. Da da da.
I'm out.
They all dipped.
Yeah, they left.
Just left.
They even left the dogs and shit.
Left the dog. They left the. I think it's like military working dogs. They left.
That's crazy.
Just left everybody.
They left everything.
So I think some white lady stayed behind with the dogs or some shit from what I read too. Some white
So
lady.
I would think like it has to be some higher power that said, hey, you guys leave on this date now. You guys gotta leave.
Honestly, I was thinking of something on that level, but a little bit not on that level, but the same thing but less. I was thinking there might be an agreement like, hey, Russia, you know what? You take, because Afghanistan is this weird spot that nobody can ever fucking conquer. Like nobody can get this shit because it's not built up in the structure where, hey, we can attack the president and take the president hostage and force them to give us the country or something like that. There's no structure. When there's no structure to any kind of society, it's a little bit more difficult to take over. To me, I would assume, because like, who's the leadership? Who's the power? What's the power structure? Like, who are you going after when you take over this country? Russia can do it. America tried to build up a power structure, I think, and in my opinion, to maybe have a control over the country and be like, these poppy seals are now America's. But for some goddamn reason, I think there might have been an agreement of where America may have like a certain amount of time to take over the country, 20 years, and there might have been an agreement they had with China and Russia. If America can't do it, America move out the way. It's China's turn, and it might be some kind of weird ass agreement on that level of where China's like, okay, clock's ticking, time's up, move, I go, and China's been financing, trying to rebuild structures and shit. They're doing what America was not doing.
You know what I'm seeing right now? You remember that board game Risk?
Oh my God, yeah, you gotta be smart with that shit.
Yeah, you gotta be smart, intelligent, and then you take over territory. What I'm seeing right now,
This is Risk.
China is taking over so much territory right now. I think like the end game would be like the Middle Eastern countries, like Afghanistan, Iraq, and stuff.
They're going for
Those are like the last piece where China's saying, hey, America, you can't do it. Like maybe they were in the same team and shit, but we couldn't do it for some reason. We were slow playing the game, slow playing it for like 20 years and shit. Made it too obvious, and then say, hey, you guys really don't have no control. And China's like, hey, you guys gotta step aside. Step aside, like right now, we're gonna take over.
It's our turn.
We'll clean it up with the bunny ears.
Which is the best way to fucking do it, in my opinion. I think that's a genius way if you're trying
scary,
to
man.
because China's already making power moves in Africa right now, to the point where
They got all of it.
to the point where I saw a video last week.
We're fucked up, guys.
China has like some kind of, I think it's like a mine in Africa. China has complete control over, and you see like a black dude like tied up, like some African dude. He's like tied up to like a post or some shit. His arms behind his back.
And there's a Chinese dude.
Chinese dude's like hitting him with a rope, and they're saying like, "You stole from the mines that we know." I'm like, in Africa, like you're beating him. You're beating an African man in his own country for stealing from a mine that you own in Africa. Oh my God! And all it was, and if you,
Where did you see this?
what the fuck? I want to say Reddit. I feel like I see the crazy shit on Reddit, but
Because I know a long time ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I was watching videos of how China invaded like Africa. Not invaded, but they
kind of
came to Africa and then they started mining like gold and stuff. They started taking over like some of the towns where, okay, we'll pay you guys all this money for you guys to mine certain type of gold. But I didn't know like now, like if they took control over certain countries and cities in Africa, did they?
They started to grab certain portions of countries. I know one for sure. I don't remember seeing this shit last year, or maybe, I don't know, 2020 was a blur, but maybe been 2019. I remember there was like an African country where China was moving in, and they cut some kind of business deal with this African country, and they was parading some Chinese dude, I guess some kind of fucking 1%er Chinese dude, in a chair down the street. And a lot of Africans who were from that country who probably live somewhere else, I remember seeing them on social media like, why the fuck are they doing this to this guy? This is what they do when they bring new rulers into the country who are African, and also they're doing the same like celebration service for a Chinese dude now who just bought a huge portion of like a mountain that's got diamonds in it and shit like that. Like, why are they celebrating like celebration for this guy unless the country is sold completely the fuck out to more than likely, for what I'm trying to understand, is that this country may have like some kind of contract or whatever they did with them, but they basically selling out to China for, maybe China's like, hey, we'll help you guys out if you guys join us. Whatever plan they got going, they're setting it up slowly, and now
man. I
told you last week I saw a guy on it, like he was accused of stealing from the mines that used to belong to Africa, but they just own it now. And he just beat the dude with like Chinese guy, beating the guy with a rope, and used like a group of like Africans standing on the side just watching. I was like, as soon as I saw that picture, I was like, this is like slavery in America type shit. And some you would see back then in America. But you're seeing it now like in 4K, dude getting fucking hit with a rope, being accused of like stealing whatever out of a mine. And
probably a bullet diamond.
Maybe, what? Alien diamond? I don't know what. They there for something.
Man, the day I see like a Chinese guy whip somebody like in front of me, we all did.
We gonna fuck him up?
I would try to save whoever's getting whipped, and I'll probably get sacrificed.
You tackle him like, ooh.
Yeah, I'll tackle him, and then I'll fucking grab his dick, right? Do a 360.
The twist.
Rip that shit, I was like, okay, kill me. Let's go.
And that's it?
Yeah, I mean, what else can I do, right? Because they're going to kill me next anyway.
I will help you.
Well, we got to squeeze all of their dicks.
Everyone in China? Let's do it.
I was going to say something profound, but I forgot. Fuck, man. The comedy channel went in my head. And
you got too funny for yourself. You should have just said what you wanted to say.
Something about China, man.
Was it small penises or something?
No, it wasn't a joke.
Oh, it was actually real shit with how China just operates? No, because if you can already see how China is right now, they're problematic. Right, the government is problematic within its country right now, man. We've seen like how many videos of like protesters who are, in my opinion, probably the most effective protesters I've seen recently.
If you ever see Asian people protest, it's something real. Because Asian people, they don't complain about shit. They always.
I can't say like well, put it in that kind of way is kind of like down. Like
it takes a lot for them to complain.
But it does, and I agree with you on that. But it seems like I don't like that saying of it is because you're kind of undercutting everybody else's like protest or whatever of like, well, if they do it because it's something serious,
it is really serious.
That means it undercuts everybody else's like protester movements too, if that makes sense. I don't know, but
I'm not trying to undermine any other protests. But here's what I'm saying, because I'm raised from like the Asian community, so I know like our threshold. It's not the same like American threshold.
Okay.
I view like American threshold. I might get chewed up for this. Like it's a lot lower than like Asian people.
I would agree.
We can deal with a lot more shit to where we're saying, oh, it's bullshit now. But when I see Americans, they would complain like if someone put too much mayonnaise on their bread.
Okay, I agree with you on that shit.
I was like, whoa.
Because we're sitting there now with like, hey, wear a mask. Fuck you, motherfucker. Like, okay, so I can see where, okay.
With the Asian community, I'm not trying to speak for all Asians, but I know a lot of us, like our threshold is a lot higher. It takes, you got to do like some really fucked up shit for us to fucking be like,
step out. And
hey, you guys need to fucking stop doing this fucking shit.
Okay.
It takes a lot for us to step out of our shell and say, hey, you guys got to stop. Whatever the fuck you guys doing, it's wrong.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm trying to compare like that, 'cause, like with the American threshold. So I'm seeing like this shit like in China, what's happening when they're doing the protests. Where I was like, okay, this is all Asian people, right? And they already work like fucking like
fucking insane hours and weeks and on end.
They're working like crazy hours, crazy like everything. They work so much. When I see them complain, I'm like, oh shit, something is wrong.
Yeah.
Because it has to be something really wrong for a whole group of them to be like, hey, we gotta fucking fight against this shit. Because if we don't, they're gonna fuck us up. Like it's nothing.
Yeah, and they go through some real shit.
It's something serious going on.
Okay, gotcha.
When I see it, it's not like what we're dealing out here.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to downplay like.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you explained. I'm glad you explained.
The threshold is different.
Yeah, it's a little okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained it. Thank you. Thank you so much for explaining. Cause I was trying like I just want to understand it more. I was like, hey, let's like undercut anything for anybody that's listening or whatever. But
yeah,
okay, gotcha. Because America on some shit can be
Americans. They
can be pretty
very easy off anything.
Everything, yeah. It don't take much. It could be the tiniest thing. I'm watching news. I'm like, really? This is what's the
then it'll be headline news. Oh, somebody said so and so. Like, oh, I'm looking at it like, oh, these are all words. People getting triggered by words. And then me, I don't pay no attention to that. I was like, okay, these guys are just fighting over like stuff like that. You know, it's not big.
Bob says, hey Bob, did we go on a killing rampage as America? Yeah. America's unhinged. I always tell people America's an insane asylum, but the patients are kind of like running shit. Like, where's the doctors? Where's anybody not stopping this wild shit? Nobody is, from a logical standpoint, is trying to control or.
Yeah, here's one thing. Like, maybe you guys know about this shit, but other countries, when they look at America, they see Americans like weak, dude.
Yes, when I travel to other countries, the first thing they ask me is like, "Oh, okay, so where country from? Okay, so you got American flag on your uniform. Okay, so what's going on there? Why? First of all, why are black people still there? I used to get that question a lot. Like, why y'all still there? I'm like, man, fucking boat ride ain't cheap, bro. Like, we here, but
boat riding.
Just like no, because like when I go to other countries and they say like America, like even when I went to England, and England has a shitty ass history too, dude. That's old school racism they got over in England.
It's still strong.
It's still strong over there too. Yeah. Like, don't be mistaken. America's like that brand new racism. Remember, England's old school shit. But even in England, they were like, I've talked to people over there, and they're asking me, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, y'all just fighting over fucking anything. I'm like, I don't know. Like, or when I've gone to other like,
they can talk like that, but then like if you actually go there, right, and then like if the Asian person go to England, right, they do their shit. They talk down on people that's not their people. Like the disrespect is so crazy there too. So I'm like, okay, this is like a worldwide thing. Like, people don't really understand other cultures. Like I think like in America, it might be like the place where people can learn about this more. But if you go to a country like England or whatever, where it's like strictly like a certain type of race and shit. It's gonna be harder for them to
learn about it,
to learn about other people's race.
And I agree.
So America will be like probably the best place to start because it's like a melting pot. So,
but then again, I agree with you on that, and I also say this about America too. America's really good at covering up their bullshit about what they do to other people as well too. They're good at shining a light or putting everybody under the microscope about the atrocities how everybody else are. America really doesn't want anybody else to know about the real history of how America has treated people of color that came over here. Like, for example, there was something I came across the other day where at one time, and I want to say maybe this is within the 1800s or whatever, you had white Americans going around, and it was like scalping Native Americans, and the Native American scalp was being used as currency, as money, whether it was ears, fingers from a kid, whatever. Body parts were being passed around as currency as Native Americans. If this happened in any other country, America would have blown that shit up and let everybody in school knows about it. Everybody in school would have learned about this shit. If there was any other African country or any kind of Asian country or any kind of other country, America would let you learn that shit in school. But America doesn't teach us that though. So America's kind of wishy-washy on how they want the truth to come out too. But I do know for a fact that places in Europe, especially France, I heard is fucking horrible. But the same thing with like a lot of Nigerians who live in Nigerians and Jamaicans. A lot of them live in England, and they get treated like shit by English. But England's very good at kind of being...
Yeah, it's like those countries where it's like pure race, right?
Yeah.
Like, say in Japan, 90% Japanese people. So if you see somebody that's not Japanese, they go into Japan, they get treated like shit. Same thing, even like with Hawaii. Hawaii is like a fucking United States. Like, they're one of the states and shit. Hawaiians, they know like when a tourist comes over there.
Oh, straight up, yeah.
They'd be like, oh, this guy don't belong over here, you know? They treat them bad. It's the same shit. But the reason why I was saying, like, America will be, like, one of the places where you can get away with it, even though it's kind of bad, but you're better off here than in a place where it's, like, the pure culture.
The
like
old
the
school.
pure England or pure Hawaiian or whatever.
I mean, their whole royal lineage is straight up keeping in the blood.
And the only reason is because there's so much people that's different color over here to where we have to look out for our own selves.
You can make it work over here. It's a little bit more of a melting pot to get.
Yeah, where we look out for each other, and then, you know,
We're in England where you probably can't even establish really anything.
Yeah, you go over there, it's like pure England, and then you're Asian. Man, they're fucking fuck you up. Like, I saw it, like, live. Like, I was watching, like, a Twitch channel to where, like, some girl, she went to England and shit, went to eat at a restaurant, and they fucking, they didn't abuse her, but they mocked her and everything. They made fun of her. They did the Chinese eyes. I was like, damn.
In England?
Yeah, like in England. I was like, shit. So it's like that because they don't.
It's out there.
They're not used to seeing so much people of different race. So when something different comes along, that's how they behave. That's why I would say, like, in America, it would be different because it's just too many different people over here. So it's like almost like
you can kind of blend in and then
you could find your own community and shit.
You're like, wait, black folks are the most fucked up people over here? Shit, we're gonna squeeze right in, we're gonna get ignored. Like, hey, bro, black folk be on the front fold. Like, hey, it's a good spot.
You know, Bob, she used to be like she's so dark they think she's like black too.
Bob ain't that dark.
That's what they say about me. Am I dark? Like, is my skin dark? No, right?
No.
But you know what they call me? Like,
you got a nice tan though.
You know what they call me when I'm out at work?
I don't want to know what. Let's hear it.
They call me Tiger Woods.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What was he? Black and what? Was he Laos? What was he?
I don't know. Maybe Laos, Thai. I don't know. One of those.
But no, I don't.
One of those countries.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't see it. Though. I was like, man, I don't want to get them mad. I'll be like, oh man, Atlanta people, you know. But they'll be like, oh, like where the fuck you from?
I mean, it could be worse, man. It's
I was like, okay, cool. Like, Tiger Woods, let's go.
He's successful, you know.
I was like, he get the hoes, right? So they're like,
he gets a lot of them.
They're like, no, he pays for it. I'm like, okay.
He didn't get it like that.
Bob says Thai.
Thai. Oh, so his mom's Thai. His dad's black.
Bob says she's not dark anymore. Nah, she's still dark. I saw her on Sunday. She's like a shadow.
Of course, you're not gonna
I
realize.
sat next to her. I was like, why are there two shadows?
Why do you look like a?
But it's just Bob.
Like Bob, why you look like an unlocked video game character? Like just the
silhouette. Like a silhouette of the real character and shit.
I recognize the hair, but I don't know. Just a silhouette sitting next to me. Nah, I mean, I do think in a time of, I was reading something earlier today too with the attacks on the Muslim community and all that, how it's like racked up a lot since 9/11 on a global scale. Because it's not just America that has a problem with the Muslim community after 9/11. It's the fucking globe. Like Canada had issues. I think they had like a
when the whole shit happened with the Muslim community, right? How when 9/11 happened and they said Osama bin Laden was behind all this, and they printed pictures out of his face, right? They put wanted, you know, dead or alive, and they posted that like everywhere, like in the U.S. and shit. You would think like, you know, the people that's from like the Middle East and stuff that they already live here, like in the U.S. They see that like, oh shit, we're targets now.
Yeah, that's scary as fuck, man.
It's so fucking scary. I felt so bad for them because they had to go through all that shit. Like I was saying, like, you know, like in their culture and stuff, they wear the turbans and stuff. Like, do they all look like Osama if what they do all the whole gear and shit? So I was like, dude, you guys are like on site. Like people would attack you just for no reason.
Especially the way America operates. America's like Dave Chappelle said like years ago in one of his sketch comedies. He was like, if I watch the news, he said when I watch the news and if I see like, okay, we're looking for a black man that's about between the heights of 5'1" and 6'3", he stays in the house because he's like, oh, they're gonna get me, and I'm not even remotely close to what they're looking for. But it's this weird thing where if you just kind of look like what the fuck they looking for. The regular people they'll come after you.
Just hide.
Just stay inside, like clock out for the day. Don't take the day off or something, because motherfuckers don't even. They ain't even trying. Even if you just kind of look like what they're looking for, that's enough for somebody to want to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna. It's not like they're even gonna sit down and even try to ask you questions or anything. It's just, you look
That's
like this. We'll
so
get you.
scary.
It's scary as
how
fuck,
humans
man.
are like that. Like they see like, oh, they
Reactionary.
Yeah, how they react to like certain shit. Like, oh, this is the bad guy. Boom, I'm gonna react like on sight. Is that crazy?
Like
people think like that?
that's insane. Because it's
The
almost
fuck? Like what's going on in their head to make them triggered like that to where they say, oh, these shit. Okay, the beard match, turban match. Boom, this guy's a bad guy. Attack.
And it's weird how a brain could just take something as small as that and be like, you know what? Even though this thing happened, I'm gonna fucking hold billions of people accountable that look just like them for what 19 motherfuckers did.
You know what I was thinking, man? Like maybe the people that think like that, their brain run on like a old software to where like their software is only to like, okay, if you see like these patterns, like if you see these things like, oh, the beard, whatever, the turban, boom, you're okay to attack without question.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be in trouble.
Like, I'm gonna be a fucking hero. You're gonna attack some random ass lady or random ass dude or a kid for what?
Like, do you know like anybody that's from like the Middle East where they carry on the same traditions with the turban and the beards and stuff? They grow it out. Like, do you know like at that time? Do you know like if they did like what's the remodel? Not remodel. What's the word?
Like rebranding? What do you mean?
Like when they redo their whole self, like they shave everything.
Oh, just to hide in plain sight.
Yeah. What's the word? It's not remodel.
Change their identity, I guess. Or
What's the word like when they do it? Makeover?
Okay, there you go.
Makeover. Yeah, they do like a full makeover to where they don't look like they're from like the Middle East. Like, do you know anybody that did that to where they're like, fuck it?
No.
Like, just for my safety, I'm gonna shave my beard. I'm not gonna do the turban no more. I'm gonna look like more like an American, just so they can avoid all that hate shit.
If they ask me questions, but like, I love America, boom, 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 and then keep it moving.
Yeah, because they.
I don't know anybody like that, but I could definitely imagine that shit going down 1,000%. Even on a global level, not even just America, just probably in England, France, which is horrible to minorities.
Even like with the names, like because people like they get triggered when they hear like a name that sounds like a Middle Eastern name.
Mm-hmm. Muhammad's like a fucking trigger word.
Like Muhammad, like keep an eye on.
Actually, did you ever watch the last Borat movie? Mm-mm. It's actually it's pretty damn funny. It's not as funny as the original one. I don't know if you've ever seen the original one, but the movie Borat basically is like this a guy from Kazakhstan. I think it's called Kazakhstan. But he's like supposed to be this reporter or whatever. But the actor that plays him goes in disguise a lot and pretends he's somebody that he's not in front of mainly dumbass Americans. And so he goes in disguise and actually no, it wasn't in Borat. It was in one of his TV shows called This Is America, I think it's called or whatever. But he goes in disguise as like this white realtor or some shit, and he's trying to promote to this crowd of like rednecks, these white people rednecks, right? He's trying to explain to them like, all right, guys, so we trying to build up this community. You guys need some money, We're gonna bring back jobs, and then everybody in the crowd's like, yeah, let's get it. And then he's like, and then how we're gonna start is that we're gonna build Islamic mosque out here. And they're like, what the fuck? We don't want this shit out here. You didn't see 9/11, motherfucker? And they just going off and off and off. He's like, but the good people, they're like, well, I don't give a fuck. Like, and they just going off. He's like, but the good people, here's the pictures, and they don't give two shits. And this is I think this came out in like 2017, maybe 2018. And it's still almost 20 years later, motherfuckers are still feeling this way of what happened in 9/11.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, they don't want these motherfuckers nowhere in their neighborhood at all. I remember even in New York, Bill de Blasio, who's not Bill de Blasio, Michael Bloomberg, I think his name is, trash ass mayor of New York. But he started putting surveillance cameras, or he started doing surveillance on mosque in New York.
Wow.
Thinking that terrorists was gonna come out this bitch. Like this motherfucker was spying on people going in and out of mosque and watching them. Mom, do you realize you ain't got you? There's a white supremacy problem in America. It's a fucking huge problem. The government ain't even trying to even go after that, yo. But I don't know, man. This is America.
That's wild.
America.
I do got a leak, or are we done? We're done, right?
Just wrap it up. Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, thank you guys for joining us for this 9/11 episode. Maybe we might do another one next year. I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll see how we feel after this episode. We hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment, leave us a 5-star, please. iTunes people. All right, we're gonna clock out. Well, we'll catch you guys next week on Tuesday. I don't know the topic.
Oh, next Tuesday. I missed it next Tuesday.
Oh yeah, okay. So next Tuesday we're not gonna have an episode, but the following Tuesday.
Yeah. So
In 2 weeks, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
yes, sir. Can we go?
And we should have a good a good topic by then.
Yeah, we should.
Hopefully.
We will.
Yeah, we got a lot of days.
We got a lot of this. We got some time.
Yeah, we can.
No excuses.
We can check a book out, read the whole book.
Go to your local
about the whole
library.
book. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.
It's not illegal to not listen to music. It's illegal to